Right, these pictures just into us. In those cars are Manchester United's two new signings, Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui. They are now at Manchester United's training ground. Both will have medicals today. They're in the building.
He has to get the best out of the players. I think the players do need to take responsibility of what's happened in the last 10 years, but the club have signed a lot of players that other clubs wanted, and when those players have arrived at Manchester United, they've deteriorated. Why is that? Now, it can be the coach, it can be the players, it can be the environment, whatever, it's too big for them, whatever we think it is, that's got to change. If he doesn't change that, he will fail the same way and the rest of them have, because the managers that have come here, they've been tried and trusted, who've been successful. There are players who have come here with great potential, and ones that you thought at the time, they'd be good signings for the club, and they've not turned out to be. Only really Bruno, I can think of, in 10 years, signed for the club and done more than I thought he would. I can't think of any other player, please correct me if I'm wrong. And that's 1.8 billion quid's been spent, by the way, in the last 10 years. So that's one thing that has to change. And then in big matches, they're always sat on the edge of their own box. They play like the underdog, and that's certainly in the last 6-7 years. Maybe not under Van Gaal, but in the last 6-7 years, you've got to then run 60, 70, 80 yards to score a goal. You know, they've got to get up the pitch, get the back four up the pitch, make sure they're a lot higher, win the ball higher up the pitch. They've then got to keep the ball in the attacking third of the pitch. That's how you dominate and control games, and that's how you win leagues. It's very difficult to win the league on a counter-attack game. You can play counter-attack in certain parts of matches, but Manchester United are not an underdog. And to be fair, Arsenal, Liverpool and City, they dominate games, they control games, and that's how you will win a league. They're miles ahead of United at this moment in time. But there are some things there that are nothing to do with winning, that if he doesn't get right, he won't win. And we kept saying for Erik ten Hag, you know, what's the style of play? Amorim has got to get a style of play that integrates 2 or 3 of those things I've just said, or else he won't win.
And this group of players, don't dig in. When the going gets tough, they go under. They go under too easily, and they concede a little late goals. So that's certainly not a good reflection on them group of players as professionals, as characters, and as decent lads.
Right, why all those lads that are signed over 10 years, and there's been some really big signings and some good signings, going back to Di Maria, who's a fantastic player, and lads who I've thought, God, that's a really exciting set. Why have none of them excelled? What is it? Is it the manager? Is it the environment? Is it the players? What is it?
Obviously, it must be a combination of all that. Obviously, we go back to whatever goes on at the training ground. We go back to the manager. We go back to the bit of pride as a players. We've all done it. And people look at the manager, but I don't care if you're playing in front of 80,000 or 80 people. You run. You've got to run in this game. And this team doesn't run, and that's a big problem.
I'm really excited. I think I am where I'm supposed to be. That's the feeling.